Hey guys, thanks for checking out my video today on Hawaii knifing gear. I apologize for any background noise. I got softball practice behind me at the park, so try and bear with me here. I have a knife today that I wanted to show you. This is one that I've had for a few days. I just haven't had the time to sit down and make a video on it, but I don't think it's any surprise that LTK just put out a review today on the same knife. Fortunately, his reviews are much more complete and thorough than mine, so you should probably go check his out instead if you want actual information instead of just my opinion on the sucker. But this is the TS136 Stingray by Mazwan Mokhtar Design. This is a knife that's gotten quite a bit of attention in the TwoSun community. As soon as it was put out on Instagram, everybody, was kind of excited to see this one released, and I got one. This one I think I paid 81 bucks for. So this is definitely my most expensive TwoSun knife to date, but still completely worth it. Very neat knife. The action on it is, I'm not a huge fan of front flippers, but this one's pretty easy to open that way. It's got good fidget factor to it, I guess. It feels really solid in your hand. It's a very substantial feeling knife. It's hard to kind of describe until you hold the thing, but since the titanium frame on it here is nice and rounded and you get these carbon fiber panels, it feels just solid in your hand. It's not a huge grip, but it still feels solid. It's a pretty heavy blade. It's got almost 4mm blade stock to it, and I think this knife is like 4.5 ounces or something, but it feels good. It's the right size and weight for a good little EDC knife. If you're into front flippers, this is definitely one you should consider. The fact that it has these real thin carbon fiber panels on the sides, the frame of it, it is a liner lock because of the panels, I guess, but the frame of it is thick enough to be a knife by itself without the carbon fiber, so it feels really substantial in your hand, and I think the carbon fiber just adds a little class to it. But I'm not real good at kicking it open with my finger like this. As a front flipper, it works really well, but what I've found is, since the blade is nice and heavy on this thing, my preferred method of opening it, just to give it a shake, and it flicks out real easy just by gravity. It's a really easy flick, actually, because of how big and chunky this blade is. So if I were going to carry this every day, that's probably how I would open it every time I pull it out. Just grab it, give it a shake, and it's ready to go. So very cool design. I definitely like knives that have a thumb ramp to it. Just makes you feel like you get a good purchase on it. Besides the thumb ramp, since it has no flipper, it does have this nice little cutout here for your finger. So between the thumb ramp and the spot for your finger, you just feel like you're really locked into this thing. So definitely a solid feel to it. If I'm going to give my honest opinions on it, I think the only downside to this knife that I personally don't care for is going to be the pocket clip on it. I think it's really strong clip to it, and there isn't a whole lot of ramp to the front of the clip, so you put it up against your pocket and it just doesn't want to open up to slide over the edge of a pair of jeans. That's about the only thing that I really can say I dislike about this knife. Other than that, it's a great design. It's a cool knife. It feels really good in your hand. It came extremely sharp. It's nice and thick. You don't feel like you're gonna break this sucker. It is a cool knife. I really like it a lot. I'm glad I picked it up. I actually have a second one coming. This one's headed out the door to somebody else who wanted to get it from me. I found that quite a few people are asking about this one, where they can get it, and since I had two of them coming, I decided to let this one go, but figured I'd shoot a video on it first and share it with you guys. See what you think about it. Again, if you want an actual review, go check out LTK. He just posted it today, so I think I share his thoughts on it. It's a cool knife. It's definitely one for the collection, definitely one to keep. It's cool looking. I like the unique factor of some of these TwoSun knives that are coming out. They just, they have a very unique quality to them that, just doesn't look like anything else that you see out there. So that in itself makes it a little desirable. But that's what I got for today. This is the TS136 Stingray by Mazwan Mukhtar Design. I guess actually before I close out, I might as well show you, in case anyone else is unsure. This is the other knife that I have by Mazwan Mukhtar Design. This is the Orca. So I figured I'd put them both side by side so you can see them both. He does have a few other designs coming out. These are the only two that I have currently, but I think the Stargazer is out already, which is kind of a cleaver style. And I think there's one called the Bowfin maybe, and the Kingfisher are the other two that are slated for production coming up soon. They're all unique looking, they're all cool. Obviously I'm probably going to have to pick them up at some point too, but these are the ones that I have for right now by Mazwan Mukhtar, and I think he's got a very cool style to his stuff, so I will support it. I'll keep buying them. Definitely meets my qualifications for a nice, heavy, chunky knife, both of these guys, so I'm very happy with them. So there it is, the TS136 Stingray by TwoSun Knives. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you at the next video. Thanks.